I read his profile on Match.com and it really seemed to fit sort of what I was looking for, someone who was involved with their family and really wanted a family, and someone that was outgoing and just a caring person.
I remember seeing Laci's profile picture, and there were pictures of her with her family, and I could just tell that she was one of these girls who family was really important to her.
We had our first date at Caribou Coffee. He walked by me and he didn't know that I was there, and I thought, oh my goodness, that guy is so cute. I hope that is him. So initially I just started following him, hoping that he would sit down at a table. And so I walked over to him, he was sitting at a table, and I said, "Are you Blake?" And he said, "Yeah." "Are you Laci?" I said, "Yeah."
So initially I first thought, wow, she's really cute. That was my first instinct. She had a smile on her face, she looked very joyous. She looked like she was very happy. And I always thought that was an interesting characteristic about her, is that she always had a smile on her face. It was kind of an initial conversation where we spent most of the time talking about hobbies, interests, family, work. But then there was one moment on the date where I said something, and I can't remember exactly what, but she genuinely laughed. And I thought to myself, it caught me off guard. She genuinely had this joy about her and this laughter, and she reached across the table and touched my hand. And it really threw me off because I was kind of in job interview mode. It made me realize that this was a person in front of me that had a lot of emotion and joy and happiness, and I could see it on her face and I could see it in the way she spoke. It was really refreshing.
It was about an hour into our date, and it was so funny. He said, "Well, this is really going great, but I think I'm just gonna wrap things up here." And I sort of was caught off guard, and I was like, okay, I hope that's a good thing that he wants to wrap things up. And now it's something that we joke about all the time.
Characteristics that I really like about Laci is that she genuinely cares about human beings. And I think it's incredible when someone can open up their heart, and really, when you're a stranger, you feel like they're your best friend.
I feel like I can talk to him about anything at any time, and that is something that I really, really admire about him.
I'm kind of a man of routine and patterns and habits that to have her in my life just opens me up to new experiences and gives me the ability to really grow as a person.
I remember his mom telling me when we first started dating that when he was little that he would just walk into a room and light up life, and anytime there was a TV camera person around, whether it was for when he was little or in college, they'd always find him and follow him around. What I admire most about Blake is his caringness and lovingness for his family and for me. He is one of the most selfless people I know. When I knew Blake was the one was actually really early on in our relationship, and it was when he told me that he loved me, which he was the first to say that he loved me, but he did it in a sort of different way. I didn't know that he told me he loved me when he told me. And the reason why is because he first told me he loved me in American Sign Language, which is this sign for I love you. So he sort of just tapped it on my chest one day, and I didn't know that it meant I love you. And I actually Googled it and I looked it up on the internet, and it said happy or I love you. So after that day, I knew that I just knew he was the one.
I know this is going to sound a little cliche, but on that first date, when she touched my hand, I knew there was something special. It was one of those moments where it was like a aha moment where I thought to myself, this girl is something different than I've seen before. She really had this feeling where I could connect to her, and it was easygoing. I remember I sent my first email out in October to string quartets to see what availability they had, what the pricing was like, just to really gauge what it was all about. My next step was to contact Caribou. So I emailed the manager at Caribou. I discussed, was this possible? Is this something that we could do there? We're looking around, and just convenient enough, there was a Massage Envy located there as well, which is Laci's favorite place to get a massage. Then in November, I went down to FedEx and I took 13 pictures of us, and I had them blown up by 16 by 24 canvas prints. And I had them blown up for us, and I was gonna line the wall and do kind of a Blake and Laci gallery, a timeline of our relationship.
Initially, at the beginning of our date, which was our 2-year anniversary on March 28th, 2014, I was so convinced that we were going downtown Minneapolis. Little did I know that we were going to be stopping at Tavern on France to eat, and that we weren't going downtown Minneapolis.
And then after that, we went to the Caribou. Well, she thought we were going to the Caribou, but I actually went to the back entrance and brought her down to Massage Envy.
After I got my 1.5-hour massage that he had scheduled for me, and I came out, and his sister-in-law, Melissa, was waiting there for me, not him, that's when I knew something was up.
She got the drink, she put on her dress, put on her shoes, walked out, and there were the canvas photos of us lining the wall, with each one having an individual note that I had written to her about the significance of the event. The last one said, "I'm upstairs waiting," and she walked up the stairs and could hear some music playing in the background, and it was our song, Jason Mraz, "I Won't Give Up." And as she walked up, she saw me standing there at the end of a red carpet, and the string quartet in the background. I was in a full tux. We talked, I exchanged a few words. I got down on my knee and asked her if she would marry me, and she said yes.
Hi Blake, I just wanted to say that I can't imagine my life without you, and I am so looking forward to the rest of our life together, and you are the most awesome, fun, funny, outgoing, spontaneous, loving, caring person I know, and I can't imagine my life with anyone else but you, and I love you forever and ever. Amen.
Laci, Lulu, Hunbun, I love you more than anything on this earth, and I can't wait to spend every day with you. Forever and ever, amen.